Alright everyone, now it's time to talk about the Arizona race for the midterm elections, specifically the gubernatorial slot. There are a lot of other races right now that I'm really getting interested in. Fucking Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada. It's a really great midterms because you have quite a few races where you have top ticket contenders and it's close to 50-50, so everything's within the margin of error. Then it becomes a guessing game, and then you have to put your analysis hat on instead of just looking at the raw polling data. It makes it more fun for somebody like me. Anyway, link in the description, not archive because it's a video clip. Can anybody please tell me what Katie Hobbs is talking about here? And can anyone explain to me why this wouldn't be taken as evidence of the reason why she doesn't want to debate Kari Lake? These two individuals, Kari Lake and Katie Hobbs, are running for governor of Arizona. In the polling, Kari Lake has a lead, but it's like a point or a point and a half. It's not a huge lead. You've got a blueing of that particular state over the last few years. It appears to be slowly moving in the other direction, but will Kari Lake pull it off? Will the blueing of Arizona have reversed enough for a Republican to keep the gubernatorial slot there? We'll wait and see. But I think that she has about a 75% chance, honestly, of overrunning Katie Hobbs. This is roughly unchanged from my prior prediction. And part of the problem for Katie Hobbs is that she refuses to debate. And then you have clips like this. I can't make heads or tails of it. I have no goddamn clue what she's talking about. She's literally doing the word salad thing. She's sputtering and giggling at herself, or, it's not exactly clear at all times, for no reason. Definitely not staying on topic. Kari Lake is a flawed candidate in my opinion. Saying this as an independent voter who is not tilted towards like the traditionalism, moralist side of conservative politics, as someone who sides more likely with the left on many of those issues, I'm not taken in by the constant allusions to Jesus and grandma and apple pie thing. It doesn't do much for me. I want to see like more pragmatic platforms. Kari Lake does have one, but she overlaps that with the typical sort of, it's sort of like an 80s, 90s yesteryear Republican strategy. Hey, I love Jesus more than my opponent. As someone, though, who is not taken in by that, if I was in Arizona, I would definitely vote for Kari Lake. I wouldn't even really have to hold my nose. Rhetorically speaking, Kari Lake is among the most witty and well-spoken candidates that we've seen in recent history. I would be extremely surprised, assuming that she wins the gubernatorial slot. I would be damn surprised if she doesn't end up going into national politics. Now, she may not have presidential ambitions, although I think that she could probably mount a pretty damn good campaign. It'd be funny if the first female president of the United States is a Republican, by the way. It would make a lot of heads spin. They'd have to then explain to their constituents about how it doesn't really count because actually this woman is anti-women, which is exactly what they did with Maloney and exactly what they do with Kari Lake. She's well-spoken, she's in the right age range, she'll have political experience if she takes the gubernatorial slot, and I think that she probably will. And the reason why will not be entirely due to her verbosity. She's well-spoken. It won't be due to the fact that she's witty, although if you see her running rings around so-called journalists, begrudging admiration for this individual. It's very, very funny indeed. She likes to run verbal rings around people, and then this will be the other reason. Her opponent fucking sucks. Her opponent will not debate her, and this is why. It's not because she doesn't want to get on a debate stage. This is what Katie Hobbs said. I'm not going to debate Kari Lake. She's going to make a laughingstock of Arizona. Like you haven't been a laughingstock anyway. Look at the border policy down there. The reason why is because she knows she'll get fucking clobbered. She'll get manhandled. It'll be worse than Blake Masters handling his opponent. It would be 10 times worse. Kari Lake is rhetorically quite skilled. Her opponent is, as you can see here, again, if you take that link, not very skilled at all. She giggles like a schoolgirl, and she runs around in verbal circles, doesn't stay on topic, and has no clue what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about through half of this clip. It's several minutes of her doing word salad. Can you please tell me what she's responding to and what point she's trying to make? Yeah, of course they're not going to put her on a goddamn debate stage. They know that she'd lose that same day. They're hoping that by looking weak and not debating at all, that that's less bad than the alternative. When you have, by the way, a situation where that's the fact, and you don't have somebody claiming incumbency and saying, hey, I don't have time to debate, I've got bigger things to do, or that person isn't heavily ahead and doesn't have a reason to debate. For instance, like with DeSantis. There's no reason for him to debate. You had an Abbott versus Beto debate. Abbott declined any further debates. Now the left is all enraged. Well, Abbott's refusing to debate Beto again. Haha, look at the loser. Well, he's up by 7-8 points. Why the fuck is he going to bother debating? There's no reason to. He's not going to give any gotcha moments to Beto O'Rourke. If Beto were ahead by 7 points, he'd do the same thing. Stop being a bullshitter. It has nothing to do with partisan politics. Katie Hobbs, though, in a 50-50 sum game says, look, if there's any honking going on in Maricopa, and there will be, maybe I can pull it off. I just have to make sure not to lose by a legendary margin. I can't be too far behind. She'd rather be a point and a half behind in the polls, not debate, and that be ammo against her on the basis that she's cowardly and doesn't want to debate because she'll know she'll lose. She'd rather have that situation than go to the debate stage, get clobbered for a goddamn hour, and lose 5 or 6 points of support, which I suspect, based on her verbal skills, would probably be the over-under I'd give. I think 4 or 5 points would be the over-under of how much support Katie Hobbs loses if she were to debate Kari Lake. It wouldn't even be close. I mean, I could debate fucking Katie Hobbs. Most of you could too. But Kari Lake is above par. She's above average when it comes to her speaking skills. Clearly, she's gunning for a debate. She's gone on a tour, to add insult to injury, by the way. Kari Lake's tour, when she goes around, is basically called Ask Me Anything. She's taking questions from liberals, from conservatives. She doesn't give a shit what you ask her. She's at least got something, on cues that she can respond with. When Katie Hobbs goes out at all, there are no Q&A sessions. There are very few media appearances. There will be no debate. She's pulling a Biden. She's just locked down her campaign and saying, look, I'm the Democrat, fucking vote for me. My opponent is an idiot and evil and wrong, and so vote for me. That's it. That's the platform. She's not even doing a tie-in with Joe Biden, much like half the Dem candidates who are, at least the more intelligent half. They don't want Biden to be on the stage next to them. You may have noticed that Trump and even goddamn Mike Pence give a 10-1 against Joe Biden in these appearances. Mike Pence is stumping for more people right now. Even though nobody likes him, he's got no political career future, he's getting invited to more appearances than Joe Biden, literally the sitting U.S. president. Just throwing that out there, it's a little bit conspicuous. That's about all. Peace out.